Hey, are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling like the universe might be against you? Things are just not going your way. If you're feeling like this, then I think you should watch this video. I'm going to share some insights and realizations that I think is going to be really, really useful for you. Let me introduce myself. I'm Natasha Bailey, and I work with spiritual professionals and entrepreneurs who are struggling to make their soul mission come into reality, despite having tried many healing treatments. So I help you by identifying the deeper hidden blocks so that we can finally resolve your issues so you can finally fulfill your purpose on this planet. Okay, so I have been a little bit quiet in the past month. And what's been going on for me is I experienced another flare-up of my autoimmune condition. And I had some very mixed messages about this. I went into feelings of, why is this happening? What is going on? And, why am I stuck here again? And I really had to ask some questions like, why am I here stuck again? And really, as I realized, I needed to go even deeper into my own healing journey and really look at what was bringing up all these feelings and why my body was then responding with tiredness and skin irritation and so on. And what became super, super clear to me is that the deeper levels that we also need to work on is at the level of identity. That's right. So who we feel we are is who we kind of portray to the world. So I had slipped back into a bit of victim and survival consciousness. And I'd realized that whilst I had been very good at working through some of the upper layers, really the root is at the identity level. Now, some of you may or may not know, I have had a difficult childhood where I had a parent who had a mental health problem, and unfortunately she took it out on me and projected a lot of her own victim consciousness and survival consciousness onto me, which I internalized. So I invite you to just gently ask yourself the question, am I potentially operating from this core identity consciousness? And just have compassion for yourself for that, and be curious. Yeah, be curious about this. And what I discovered was that a lot of this victim consciousness is made up of some very big chunks of like core wound beliefs that really need to be released at the root level. And also they tend to be quite ingrained. So the intensity level behind them is quite ingrained. So, just a simple Reiki healing session isn't going to release those blocks ready to be processed. And we often need much higher frequency levels to actually start to break it up and to then begin to sort of somatically process it. So, how do you know if maybe you've fallen into this trap? So, questions to ask yourself. Do you feel like the universe is against you, or people are against you, or why me kind of questions, or, I'm just feeling so stuck and I'm doing everything I can. And there's a simple shift to make from this. And I would invite you to perhaps bring out 2 chairs, sit in one chair for a moment, be in that consciousness, and then sit in the other chair and observe yourself. And observe yourself as a witnesser to see, okay, who am I showing up here? And you will begin to realize that your energy is what you put out into the world, to the universe, and the universe reflects it back to you, because you are the universe. So it's what your energy is expanding out there, and it's just a sign from the world that is reflecting back of what else you need to work on. So it's not like something is being done to you. It's that your energy is working through you. So any karmic issues you have, or accumulation of trauma, stress, or emotions, that is going to be pumping out like vibrations. So you know then that if you're getting into repeated cycles of being stuck, or maybe attracting the same kind of people, or not the right kind of results over and over again, it's an invitation to look within and do the processing, the somatic processing, emotional processing work to release those illusions, because they are kind of mental, neurological illusions that have been created either from this present life karma or from other present life karma. So it's an opportunity to go deeper. So as soon as I switch out of I am victim consciousness and okay, this is being done for me and through me, I identified the deeper layers and worked with them and allowed the body to release out the stress, the trauma, any guilt, any shame, any sadness or grief. And what this does when you combine it with body work is you have a greater capacity and tolerance for embodied presence. Now, I know a lot of you beautiful spiritual people, starseed people, light worker people, healers people, some of you think that it's about escaping up and out, but actually you came here to be embodied. Yes. So therefore, your mission is to be fully embodied and present for your mission. So the more you can be in the human condition as a soul, accepting that life has challenges, joys, pleasures, losses, all these aspects, and to be able to ride the wave with acceptance, with grace, the easier it becomes. There is pain in life, always. Well, not always, but pain is part of life. But suffering is an option. Suffering is when we make more out of the pain that is necessary, when we overthink the losses rather than seeing it as a reflection of who you are. So finally, I want to say you need to acknowledge and honor your human needs as well as your spiritual and starseed light worker needs. Both need to be honored. They are simply different dimensions and aspects of yourself. And when you take a whole being approach, spiritual, mental, emotional, human, then we get a more integrated and finally embodied and healed approach to you being on your mission. So my lovelies, I sincerely hope you got something out of this video. If you want to go deeper into your journey, I invite you to get the free healing sessions. So I've put a link below as to how you can get a hold of that. That will give you a free healing session and give you a series of videos where you can start to uncover some of the potentially deeper hidden blocks that you might have and what you can do about it. So as always, I'm sending you mwah, 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 so much love. Please like, share, and subscribe if you found this helpful. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care for now. Ciao.